So we will next move to item number 3 on the regular calendar, which is docket number 210130. This is another report that we are required to submit to the General Assembly on an annual basis. This is the 2021 report to the General Assembly regarding the Connecticut Electric Efficiency Partners Program. So the report is required to be submitted to the General Assembly pursuant to section 16243V subsection I of the Connecticut General Statutes. Specifically, we are required to report on a program to allow persons to apply for certification and funding as a Connecticut Electric Efficiency Partner, or EEP. So the open season, as it was referred to, for EEP proposals was closed by the authority last year in anticipation of leveraging the lessons learned from the EEP program for the second generation of that program in docket number 171203 REO 5, which is one of the tracks of PURA's Equitable Modern Grid proceeding. So the report under consideration today addresses the applications that were approved in 2020 under EEP and describes the activities that occurred in the successor docket of REO 5 in the grid mod proceeding. And the report, of course, provides background on the EEP program itself and update on approved technologies. Approved technologies, as my colleagues know, include gas chillers, ice-based thermal storage, direct digital control system, solar assisted air conditioning. The list is extensive, and those approved technologies are summarized in the report, as well as the status of the 10 approved grants, or the 10 approved accompanying grants so far. So in conclusion, I would recommend the report to my colleagues for adoption and forwarding to the General Assembly.
I move adoption, Madam Chairman.
And second.
Thank you. The report has been regularly moved and seconded. Mr. Pumpkin, can you please take the roll?
Chairman Gillette?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski?
Yes.
Commissioner Karen?
Yes.
It's been adopted. I would next turn to the Vice Chairman to present item number 4 on the regular calendar, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Item number 4 is docket number 200621, application of Aquarian Water Company of Connecticut and the town of Canaan for Aquarian Water Company of Connecticut to acquire the assets of the town of Canaan water system. I'm happy this morning that my esteemed colleague from the Department of Public Health, Lori Matthew, is here to vote on this docket. In this decision, the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority and the Department of Public Health consider both the cessation of operations by the town of Canaan of the Canaan water system and the acquisition by Aquarian Water Company of Connecticut of certain assets of the water system. Upon completion of this acquisition, the town will cease operations of the system and the existing customers will become customers of Aquarian and will be charged a combination of Aquarian's Eastern Division water rates and a surcharge. Pursuant to statutes, Aquarian and the town jointly filed this application on June 23rd of last year, requesting that our departments consent to the cessation of operations of the town's water systems and approve Aquarian's acquisition of certain assets of the water system. Aquarian and the town entered into the asset purchase agreement dated June 2nd of last year, under which Aquarian would acquire the town's certain assets of the water system, including plant and equipment, supplies and inventories, contracts and contract rights, franchise rights, easement rights, and real property rights, including all Canaan's Class 1 water company land that are necessary to operate the system. The proposed purchase price to be paid by Aquarian is $345,000, with customary adjustments to be made at closing. Upon acquisition, the company will be incorporated into and be operated by the Aquarian without any interruption of service through to the town's former customers. Acquiring the town believe the transfer of the water system is a good operational fit and makes business sense. The town is not in the water business and does not want to continue to be responsible for the water system. The town recognizes that it is not feasible to continue with part-time, non-certified personnel under the direction of a third-party certified contract operator to operate a system that should be managed by professionals. I recommend this to the panel for adoption.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. I would move adoption of this decision.
And second.
Roy moves second that the docket be approved. Please call the roll.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Lori, my apologies, is it Matthew?
Branch Chief Environmental Health and Drinking Water at PH. Yes.
Thank you very much. The docket's approved.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. We will next move to item number 5 on the agenda, which I will turn to my colleague, Commissioner Karen, to present, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, before you is application number 2010-30, the application for Actual Energy for a Connecticut electric supplier license. On October 29th of 2020, the authority received an application from Actual requesting that it be granted an electric supplier license to serve business customers in Connecticut. The authority has reviewed all the information in the record pursuant to 16-245 of the Connecticut General Statutes. The record of this docket includes information regarding the company's financial condition and the managerial experience of its executive team. The evidence indicates an association between certain members of Actual's management team and the financial distress of other Connecticut licensed suppliers. This association, coupled with the company's present financial condition, merits the authority's concern and attention. The authority, Actual's financial condition is tenuous at the moment and is projected to remain so through the third quarter of 2021. The authority also notes the industry background of the management team. A number of the members served a company known as Glacial Energy Companies, the Glacial Energy Companies. In 2014, Glacial filed for bankruptcy. After bankruptcy, Glacial's assets were spun into a similar company called Agera Energy LLC. And some of the officers worked at Agera. In 2019, Agera also filed for bankruptcy. Since Actual is a newer company without a lengthy financial history, and because of the management team either left employment with their previous supplier or immediately prior to bankruptcy or held a technological role during bankruptcy, the authority finds the best way to address its concerns in this case is to grant Actual's request for a license, but require that it submit a periodic review in 2 years rather than the customary 5. This review would allow the authority to assess the financial and managerial capabilities at that time. The authority is willing to create this concession as a new supplier. It may see its financial condition strengthen and improve within the 2-year period. We note, however, that without the ability to review their financial, managerial, and technical capabilities sooner than the 5 years, it might be inclined to deny Actual's application for those reasons earlier discussed. Therefore, the company is granted an electric supplier license to serve business customers effective at the date of this decision. As mentioned, it will order the company to submit an electric supply review at least 45 days prior to the 2-year anniversary of the granting of this license. And the company is also subject to the orders contained herein in this decision. We would note that the authority takes its responsibilities protecting Connecticut's consumers very seriously in the retail supplier market. With that said, we wish Actual well in its pursuit, and we look forward to their success. With that, Madam Chairman, I would seek a motion to adopt docket number 2010-30.
Thank you, Commissioner Karen. I will move adoption of the described decision.
And I'll second it.
Any questions or concerns or comments? Seeing none, let's call the roll.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
Yes.
Madam Chairman, the motion is adopted, and that completes part A of our agenda.
Thank you, Commissioner Karen. We will next turn to the consent calendar. We have 17 items on our consent calendar today, and I would seek a motion to adopt the consent calendar in full.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second,
Thank you. The consent calendar has been regularly moved and seconded. I see no questions or comments. Mr. Bumpin, could you please take the roll?
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Bukowski,
yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been adopted, which brings us to the end of this week's regular meeting. We will adjourn and reconvene by remote teleconference next Wednesday, April 7th at 10 a.m. Thank you.